Hi everyone, this is Sidra Hassan from the Crescent Model School and currently enrolled for IPGCE at Strathclyde University. I teach science to grade 4 students as I am passionate about sharing ideas and learning innovative things. I have done PharmD, that is Doctor of Pharmacy. I feel really privileged to be a part of IPGCE community and have the opportunity to deliver a reflective model of my own teaching practice. School systems in Pakistan is still not up to the mark, where better grades are considered as the goal instead of gaining knowledge. I have decided to radically change my teaching strategy and develop a culture of nourishment. Children learn actively through everyday experiences. I personally believe on having a well defined teaching strategies, the love of my subject, and the building relationship. These two things are actually I follow in my teaching practice. I like to conduct interactive class sessions instead of the old school way of one sided language transfer as a part of my teaching strategy. Similar to a school canteen, with a range of options to choose, variation in the variety to eat that bring excitement and adopting these things these strategies and adopting choices in my teaching practice, it would bring excitement back to the classroom. I follow 4C model in my classroom practice, that is actually collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. Thus, adding choices means my teaching style actually offers 5 C's in my teaching style. Since all these schools in Pakistan, they are following single national curriculum. So I believe that following elements are crucial, such as conducting our lesson plans and opportunities for the students to explore the given topic by themselves. We follow all the theories in our classroom. That is actually PJ's theory, the Vygotsky theory and the Skinner theory. But in my classroom practice, I follow Vygotsky more. Vygotsky has given social cultural theory. He outlined three main concepts of cognitive development: culture, language, and the zone of proximal development. In order to gain understanding of Vygotsky's theory, one must understand two of the main principles of Vygotsky's work. Number one was the MKO, that is more knowledgeable other, and the second one was the ZPD, that is zone of proximal development. If you're talking about the first one, that is the more knowledgeable than other, it is somewhat self-explanatory, you can say. It refers to the someone who has a better understanding than the learner. It may be a teacher, it may be a peer. He has given the example of the Shaffer has given the example that of a young girl, and I actually love that example, that she was performing a jigsaw puzzle by herself and she actually messed up, and she was poorly attempting in solving the puzzle. Then what happened? Their father sit beside her and describe her and demonstrate her some basic strategies, such as that how to find the corners, and how he provide couple of pieces to the child to put together for herself, and then he encouraged her daughter. And then what happened that as the child became more competent, the father allowed the child to work more independently. Social interaction promote cognitive development. I consider it is the best example that how to facilitate learners to learn more. And although here in school practice, we teachers are the MKO, and if you are talking about the zone of proximal development, then it is the space between what a learner can do without assistance and what a learner can do with adult guidance. So in my classroom, what we do that students will KWL chart when science lesson start. When I start a topic, I ask the students what they know about that topic. The students write on sticky notes and then paste it on the KWL chart. Then student fill that what they want to know, and in the wrap up, the students write that what they have learned in the class. So this is, I think, a very good way to learn, so that the student become more curious about the thing that what they are learning. Language also play a very important role. It is a powerful tool in shaping thoughts. And Vygotsky has given the three type of speech in the language. That is actually the social speech, private speech, and the inner speech. In my classroom practice, for social speech, we conduct presentation after every 15 days. One of the most recent example is the COVID campaign. We have run a COVID campaign in our school, and students participated actively. They shared the best practices of the preventive measure, and for private speech. We conduct leader me sessions in our class, and we read some remarkable lessons from the book that is actually Seven Habits of the Highly Effective People, that was written by the Stephen Conway, and it facilitate the cognitive development of the student, and it build a mindset of critical thinking and conscious awareness. Private speech is basically, as he say, that it is a product of individual's social environment. Private speech is the transition point between the social and the inner speech. So I encourage my students and praise them so that they feel positive about themselves. Another important thing is actually lesson planning. When I'm planning the lesson, I offer Bloom's taxonomy in my lesson planning. It has a different level of thinking, for challenges, and we are looking forward to challenge their thinking to promote the thinking skills of the children. There are different type of learners. I can observe all diverse type of learning styles in my classroom. The four core learning styles, it include visual, auditory, reading and writing, and kinesthetic. So being mindful about the diversity of learners helped me plan my lesson accordingly. As on Monday we see a video documentary, then on Tuesday we do some activity, on Wednesday we do some written work, and on Thursday we give presentation. And on Friday, students solve the worksheet by individual practice. So this gives an opportunity for the diverse set of audience to learn through preferred method. We do activities in our class, and as I have learned the value of learning by doing so, and by learning these things, I promote social constructivism in my class by cooperative or collaborative learning. So students, what happened when we do collaboration and cooperative learning, the students know that how to discuss, they learn to talk, they learn the working relationship, the trust building develop in them. They know that how to manage the conflict, they know how to communicate, they learn their confidence built up, their communication built up, all of these things actually built up. While group making, I have learned that rainbow method, which is actually quite good, and I was not following it, and I will definitely follow this thing in my class. Cognitive functions and these are the product of the social interactions. Students learned by social interaction. They need guidance for better understanding. Instructions are planned to provide practice in the zone of proximal development. Um, in my classroom practice, we follow cooperative and collaborative learning, and instructions are planned. I promote scaffold learning, and you know that it's a process by which teachers support the student to enhance their learning. I give a reinforcement worksheet to the students, and reinforcement is, I think that it is actually very important. I encourage my students on active class participation. I acknowledge them, I praise them for every their attempt. I boost confidence as well as ignite the pageant to be curious for the next day. My teaching practice allow me to listen to my students' thinking, giving them opportunity to be vocal and share their thinking. It create a teacher's paradox. Now, as I have talked in the start, I have told you that I'm having two strategies in my teaching practice. The one was I have discussed, and the second one was the relationship. That is actually the sixth C. That relationship with the kids. It means care. Sixth C is the care, and care is actually crucial for both verbal and non-verbal response. And in my teaching practice, the sixth C is very important. Even a smile is a very simple gesture. I consider that care is one of the fundamental element. It enable my student to feel a connection along with my lesson. So 6-3 is really important. And education is for everybody. And my job is to inspire these students. If the students didn't get it, then I should have 99 other ways to teach my students. I also believe that education should always be a part of one's life as we grow. After learning theories, I understand that teachers are guide on the side rather than a sage on the stage. An inspired classroom need a shift from teacher-centered class to the learner-centered class. I should not teach my student. My duty is actually to coach them, to nurture them, to inspire them. And according to Albert Einstein, education is not the learning of the fact, but the training of the mind to think. Thank you so much.